So we are going camping at Alexandria Lake State Recreation Area this weekend. We're already off to kind of a bad start. I was supposed to be motorcycle camping this weekend. I packed my bike and everything, and I couldn't find my keys to my bike. Still missing, threw everything in the car, decided to go anyways because the sun is starting to set so much earlier now, so I wanted to get there with some daylight. So we're almost there, and we're gonna have a good weekend even though we don't have the bike. All set up in the dark. I've got my cooler. Probably not gonna set up my hammock tonight. I'm just gonna hang out, put out my fairy lights, get kind of organized, and play some music and have a drink. Listening to a movie. Got my fairy lights. It's starting to cool off out there, so it's not as hot, so that's awesome. It is really coming down now. My chair is gonna be getting so wet right now. And there's a train. That's where the train is. It went by my campsite so many times last night. I would say every hour on the hour. And since 6 a.m. it's been a lot sooner than every hour on the hour. So today we are gonna get my last 4 passport stops that I need to reach 50 before the passport stop is done on September 30th. So the stops we're gonna hit today is going to be a coffee shop, a sewing shop, a distillery, and a brewery. So we've kind of got a mix of like all different stuff, but I'm excited for it all. Breakfast is cheese and crackers and apples and caramel dip. These apples came from Kimmel Orchard in Nebraska City, and so did this caramel dip. I guess I don't have the front of it. And yeah, pretty good. That is one of my favorite birds, a blue heron. They're so beautiful and majestic looking. First stop is the Corner Nook coffee shop. I'm dying for some caffeine. So I got an iced chai with a shot of espresso. I'm gonna get some gas and then we're gonna keep going.
2-yard gain on his second down and 8. They had some success running it that first drive.
So I forgot to take video in the actual store because they were almost closing and I didn't want to miss them, and I almost couldn't find them. They were in this building, which is like a business district that had a bunch of different businesses in it. But anyways, I'll show you guys what I got here in a second. So I got this fabric and I'm gonna make a top out of it. So yeah, that was a pretty good score. We're also happen to be right next to the museum in town, and I did not know anything, but I was kind of Googling stuff in the area. This is not on the passport, but I think I'm gonna go in there and check it out and see what that's like. And then I actually found out there's one other passport stop in this town. It's a brewery, so I guess we'll pop over there too before we head out of McCook. So I saw the museum. It was super interesting. There was a prisoner of war camp during World War II in the town by McCook. So that was probably the most interesting thing that I caught from that. The next passport stop is a brewery. Not 100% sure I'm gonna get that one. I looked at their like beer menu and I just don't like beer, and I was hoping they had a cider or a seltzer or something that I could enjoy, but they do not. So I'm gonna think about that one. So I did end up going into Loop Brewing. It was really cool. There's not a lot of information about it online, so let me tell you about it. It is located in the old depot right next to the railroad tracks. You can sit next to the railroad tracks. They have a patio. It's really cool. I sat by the bar. They did have like a full bar and it was a full restaurant. So you don't have to order beer, but they do brew their own beer, which I think is really cool. The This is a lunch of champions. We've got a turkey sandwich, potato salad, a pickle, 3 bean salad, water, and these new smoked Gouda pretzel sticks with a view. I came all the way out to this lake I've never even heard of, and I'm gonna have lunch. Amazing. It's beautiful. So I can't say enough awesome things about Long Dogs Distilling. If you're into bourbon or really any type of whiskey, they have so much going on. I bought their bourbon that has won some awards before. They've only been open a year and a half and they already have quite a few, I think she said gold ribbons or gold medals under their belt. I got to pour my own directly from the barrel, and she labeled it and everything right in front of me. I got to see where they distill it and everything. It's this small building. You would not even think it's, you know, a distillery, and you walk in and the bar's right there. There's five seats, and then they have like their display of all of the liquors that they carry. They also have a vodka, and let me tell you, it was the best vodka I have ever tried in my life. I've got my solo stove going for the first time. It says your logs aren't supposed to come up over the lip, but how else are you gonna fit logs in there? I mean, you gotta cut them pretty small if you do that. Here are the whiskeys I bought today. This is that triple shot single barrel bourbon whiskey, 109 proof. And then here's what they call the dessert whiskey, which is apple cider shine. This is delicious. It's gonna be really good over October apple cider cocktails next to the campfire. And now I got this last weekend. I'm gonna break this bad boy open. This is so good. This hard cider from Kimmel Orchard, so good. So far this relaxing walk is not very relaxing. I almost stepped on a snake in the road and I fell down a hill. My foot slipped into like a spot where the rain kind of dug out the road and fell down. I'm sure all those campers around me got a good laugh at that. Oh, a frog, a very wet frog. I basically stepped on him. He jumped right on my leg and it scared the crap out of me. This side of the lake is dried up. Dried up, man. This drought is crazy. This side's pretty full, so this must be the deeper side. So years ago when I used to come here to go fishing, they were very well known for their little snack shack. It was like the only place in the area you could get fishing permits, you could get snacks and ice cream, and it was kind of cool and unique to the park. But I just saw that they actually ripped out the building where it used to be, and so I googled it, and yeah, they just closed it. So that's kind of a bummer. That was one of the cool things about this place. But overall, this is like the best setup campground for if you wanted to bring like a bunch of people who had like multiple campers, because there's usually several consecutively open and it's pretty quiet and you guys can just hang out. So I think that's pretty cool. Some of these spots you could even pull in, so that way like your door and their door like we're together. So that's something cool about this place too. That was Lazy Horse Brewery and Winery. Brewery, I can't say that word. It was gorgeous, so peaceful. It's literally off of a gravel road. It's built into a big cornfield, a pasture. They have horses, they have grain bin. gazebos. They have an outdoor wraparound porch with screens on it, so the bugs won't get you. A huge indoor seating room. They have wood-fired pizza. They have some other foods too. They have wine and beer. I decided to try the pickle beer because I love pickles, but I hate beer. So I cannot speak for their beer. I'm sure it's fantastic, but I'm just not a beer girl. I drank it because I thought, why not? But I did not order another one. I just had the one. I sat outside and it was so quiet and peaceful. And yeah, just I recommend that one for sure. Like, it's just such a nice, peaceful area.